Okay, should we look at this Brianna Wu stuff? What exactly has been going on here? Political organizer Brianna Wu threatens me for responding to a conversation she started in my replies. Oh, okay, those are asterisks. Oh, sorry. I will acknowledge that saying woman, quotation marks this time, was over the line. I've rewritten the comment. What's up with that gangster shit, though? Accuses me of making up persecution fantasy. Goes on to prove why I believe trans men are hated by progressives. There's always some private quote tweet when I post this shit, and I can't help but wonder which obsessive, misogynistic trans bracket quote. The punctuation's driving me nuts already, dude. Quotation marks, woman, I pissed off in last year. Hasn't let go of how correct I am. Or maybe Elon's website is just malfunctioning. Who knows? Quotation marks, woman. Some MTFs I've met. So this is an FTM. This is Ollie, who I think has been around sort of in this chat. In my Discord. Some MTFs I've met act bitter towards FTMs. I think it stems from a belief that we're women. They act like we're an inconvenience / invasion of trans spaces. So I can only assume they see themselves as men. Okay. Anyway, why do you care? Didn't you call someone a literal transvestite? I've literally never heard an MTF call a FTM a woman, ever. Including the person that quote tweeted you. Don't be so dramatic. I don't think that's what was being said. I think it stems from a belief that we're women. Yeah, they didn't say that they're calling them women. So it stems from a belief. Cool. Including the person that quote tweeted you, don't be so dramatic. Good job, Brianna. She gave me a pretty good idea of who it is. I thought you were above all the internet team sports, but it's very funny to see you insert yourself into yet another thing you know nothing about for the sake of your besties. Who is it? Who do we think the quote tweet is? Do we know? Who's the private quote tweeter? The Brianna who's coming in to desperately defend. Which one of the little trans cabal is it? Body, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just made a comment insinuating trans women were men. Then made up a persecution fantasy where the opposite happened. I'm not the asshole here. No, Ollie said that trans women seem to believe that they are men because they treat trans men like women. That was what was being said, but sure. I got no issue with you, but don't say that shit. So then Brianna Wu takes it to the DMs with Ollie here. I don't want to get dragged into whatever bullshit you're in with blank. We've been friendly with each other for a long time. So Brianna wasn't getting dragged into anything. Brianna inserted herself and started replying to shit. We've been friendly with each other for a long time. Don't call trans women men, and we're cool. But start some public shit with me, and we're going to get into some gangster shit. I see dead people. Put it on that beat, go. Hey, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap, nigga. Yes. Brianna been listening to too much Drake. For real. She thinks she's half Jewish. She thinks she can talk like this. She thinks she's defended Israel so much she's half Jewish now. And she can start talking like Drake. That's not how it works, Brianna. Meet the Graham's intro over a picture of Brianna's face. Oh, man. So did we get who was the quote tweeter? I see that Olive Oath was quote tweeted. Oh, it's this MF Claire person. Wait. But they are being transphobic. They are not transphobic, but like they are being like that. The exact thing that Olive said, not Olive, fucking Ollie said about MTS. They're literally doing that. Local Puna is shocked that trans men are treated like ... men. They're literally, that is literally acting like this person is a woman. That is what they're doing here. It's literally like an incel meme. It's like being like, it's like what Chud posted on Twitter the other day about women learning that sexual assault affects men too. It's like that same post. It's that same post. But for trans people. You are treating them like a woman. You are treating them how men treat women. This is what we do. Is it not? So, I mean, there's also these two tweets that Brianna deleted yesterday. Do we want to show these? You had the E and the R messed up. Look, my only comment on Brianna Wu's 2 deleted posts is Psst, I see dead people. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, that's So Sunday has leaked some more Brianna Wu DMs. Okay, Brianna Wu group chat messages. In fact, not DMs, group chat messages. Let's be specific here. Okay, Brianna Wu group chat messages. Now, it's a very similar situation, I believe, leading on from something we covered recently, because not only is it pretty similar to the first set of group chat leaks, from what I understand, but also it's related to the other day we covered. It was fuck, I don't know what name you're on by Ollie, Omnipuna, that person, the FTM, who like said. What was it? But I can't remember what the tweet said. I think we're splicing these videos together. The tweet said something to the effect of, "Oh, I can only imagine trans women see themselves as men, given they treat me like a woman." That's what this FTM was saying, and Brianna Wu was getting a bit catty in the replies and striking out. Now we've had some messages leak from the group chat where Brianna Wu talks mad shit about all these other trans people and says crazy transphobic things that she wouldn't say in public. Catty, sorry, she was getting gangster. Yes, sorry, she was getting gangster. Brianna Wu doesn't play with that gangster-ish, okay? Okay. So we've had some more leaks from, I believe, that exact same group chat where Wu is once again sitting there saying some crazy shit about some trans person that she's too pathetic to say in public. And she'll sit there and do a massive cope explanation on her Twitter, I'm sure. Very embarrassing, very embarrassing. We've actually got some more Brianna Wu stuff. I think we'll even cover the Brianna Wu stuff about Keffels from today at the end of this. And then we can add that in as well. Be great. Is Chud still in the GC? No, I believe Chud, as well as any other suspicious member, was removed after the first set of leaks. However, Sunday has once again pulled a blinder, managed to get in contact with some mentally ill person of gender online who is willing to completely betray their friends for a little bit of social validation for whatever reason. Who knows? Who knows what the story is here? But he got DMs from somewhere. Someone in that group chat. Let's have a look.
There we go. There we are. Beautiful. It's all coming together. Okay, stop that. I don't need autoplay.
Ooh, what's this? These are Zonya's DMs, by the way, who has mysteriously left a lot of discords in the last 24 hours. Ostracized from the gang? Or on her last legs? Who knows? Who knows? Big question. Big questions.
Make that not autoplay. Slide mode. Manual. Okay, there we go. All right. So we're at 1 here, okay? New, Brianna Wu, you'll recall, had a little bit of an oopsie last year with a Discord group in which she was, calling coworker, what is it, Benny, what's her name? trans woman she worked with, saying she was transvestite presenting, right?
I think she's called her a
really what you wanna
transvestite,
do
actually. I think she just said
when
she's a
you're the,
transvestite, as a matter of fact.
The big lefty Democrat progressive bridge builder. But she's done it again, and arguably it's better this time. So you might remember Oliver, or once went by Power Bottom Politics on YouTube, going as the Omni-Pooner right now. Lovely. Made a tweet in response to Brianna Wu.
Yeah. Benny the Young Turks person, yep.
Some male to females I've met, MTFs, I've met, bitter towards FTMs, female to men. And I think it stems from a belief that we're women. They act like we're an inconvenience/invasion of trans spaces. So I can only assume they see themselves as men. Anyway, why do you care? Didn't you call someone a literal transvestite? Yeah. Check this out.
I'm checking it out someday.
Brianna followed that exchange with a threat.
Female coded behavior, says the person who's going gangster. I fucking can't with these phones. It's very it's embarrassing all around, isn't it? It's crazy. Because Brianna Wu is like it gets super confrontational and aggro. What coded behavior is that? What coded behavior is that exactly? Because I've heard Brianna Wu spurg out and start shouting at people so many fucking times. What was that thing with Econoboy, where she came on and was like, I can't believe I've had to listen to you saying this, and fucking started shouting at him and fucking losing it. Yeah.
A funny threat, a real funny threat. Yet a threat nonetheless. Editor, remove this empty space. I did not realize I'd be scrolling this far down to get this because I thought I included this in my file folder, which I clearly did not.
Oh.
Almost there. Almost there. God, I retweet too much. You know what? I'm just going to go to my... I'm just going to go to
yeah. Stardust. Being a woman is about trying to fit into a box that you'll never fit into and feeling fucking terrible about it. Dude. Oh, man.
Should be in there. Yeah, there we go. There we are. Okay. So in response to this, Brianna said this. I don't want to get dragged into whatever bullshit you're in, lol. We've been friendly with each other for a long time. Don't call trans women men. We're cool. So what she's referring to is in the course of complaining about trans women being bitter towards FDM people, she referred to women with quotes. But there's a reason for this. Or sorry, not Brianna. Omnipooner, who's a he, referred to women in quotes, and there's a reason for this. One of the things that he's complaining about are certain trans women he's encountered referring to trans men as she, as being actually women, as being essentially non-valid in some key respects, and only trans women are really trans, so to speak. And so Oliver referred to quote-unquote women, not referring to trans women, which is what some transphobic people do, they'll refer to quote-unquote women. He was referring to...
My eyes are glazing over at the mention of internal trans politics between FTMs and MTFs. I just completely, I'm getting like brain zaps, like Keffels right now. I'm short-circuiting. It's over. It's like trying to pass... It's similar to like immigrant blacks and American blacks, you know? It's like that.
Being called women, quote-unquote women. But this didn't click for Wu. Wu's not very sharp. But this was Wu's response. Don't call trans women men and we're cool. But start some public shit with me, and we're going to get into some gangster shit. I want you to picture the mindset of somebody who writes this. Yeah? Here, let's see. We've got the full thing here. God, why is that? Just reset the scale, get the whole thing. All right. All right, wait. Okay, fine. We'll do it this way, okay? Be difficult. I have no interest in a fight, but you decide where it goes from here. This is Brianna Wu, okay? This is Brianna Wu to some rando on Twitter no following, tiny channel. I don't want to get dragged into whatever bullshit you're in, but start some public shit with me, and we're gonna get into some gangster shit. I have no interest in a fight, but you decide where it goes from here. That's a threat. That's a threat. You try to throw your weight around as like a wealthy member of the like a very, very wealthy little small-time power broker for the Dems or whatever, and you go after someone like this after you've made multiple threats against multiple people about lawsuits. This is a threat. So Brianna was just like randomly threatening random people. Like, it's crazy. Like, I would be, I'm judging from what I have heard, I'm sure messages like this, I'm sure tons of people.
Like, yeah, I mean, what even does this mean? How is this going to be interpreted by anyone? We're going to get into some gangster shit. I have no interest in a fight, but you decide where it goes from here. What are you saying here? What are you going on about? What kind of fight, Brianna? What kind of fight? How are you fighting people? Guys, what is with the... I don't even know the relevance to the Not Like Us stuff right now. I don't know what street racing fight. I don't know why you're bringing it up, but two of you did it at the same time.
Have interactions like this with Brianna Wu. When was this? Isn't Gru gravely ill? It hasn't progressed far enough yet, but, you know, God willing. So, anyways, somebody
the gangster shit
and was not pleased with this. So we have screenshots from a new secret Discord, a new secret Twitter group, a new secret GC called Right Wing Transphobes. This is intended to be ironic. That in itself is ironic. So what does Brianna Wu say in reply to Oliver? This is super female coded behavior. This is the trans man. Super female coded behavior. Yeah.
Like, that is just something that anyone else would be called transphobic for saying. That is just absolutely something. Anyone else would be called transphobic for saying this shit. She should be fucking, you know. If someone's supporting her and they think, oh yeah, Brianna Wu is really based on trans stuff. She really respects trans people. Well, she doesn't really. She talks about trans people like I talk about trans people. This is how I talk shit about trans people. I say they're being male coded or female coded or whatever. That's how I would say it. That's what I would say to make them feel bad. But Brianna's their trans activist, progressive activist, TYT presenter, whatever the fuck she is. Going like, wow, you're like basically still a what? You will never be a man, is basically what she's saying there. But not with her chest, because she'll only say it in a gay little trans group chat, where it's a bunch of, you know, psycho, bitter freaks. Because that's what it is. That's all Brianna Wu associates with in there, from what I can tell. It's just like it's a bunch of these psycho, bitter, self-hating trans people. It's like you're not. I think a lot of them think that they look better or would be more accepted if they just torch everyone else behind them and like shit on the rest of the trans people. But it's like, no, you've all got the same problems, and especially when they all act in the same way too. Like Brianna Wu is just as bad as anyone else, just as bad with the canceling shit, just as bad with the fucking social media crusades. Literally still running defense for DIY HRT right now, which we'll get into in a minute. It's pygmyism. It is absolutely 100%. It's pygmyism. They're living in the cisgender house. Absolutely.
He's really annoying and constantly passive aggressive. Very emotional. Weird. Is that not showing the whole thing? Oh, that's cut off. I see. It's a real man would stand by his tweets. It's little bitch boy behavior. Yeah, so down here, there's always some private quote tweet. When I post a shit, I can't help but wonder which obsessive, misogynistic trans woman I pissed off in the past year hasn't let go of how correct I am. Or maybe Elon's website is just malfunctioning, who knows, and they deleted it. And then Brianna's just really jumping into this. It's a little bitch boy. Brianna is really invested in feminizing this trans guy. It's incredible. Like, I mean, this person has no brain. Like, just stupid.
Real man would stand by his tweets. It's little bitch boy behavior. Like, it's just like sitting there going like, oh, you're. Well, I can't even say the equivalent. I want to try and make an analogous statement about Brianna, but I can't because I think I would probably get banned from YouTube. I think I would probably get like absolutely fucking brigaded to. I don't even say shit like that usually. Like, just bit going like, oh yeah, you're acting like a mat. You're a mat. Like, bro, what are we doing here? This is just straight up trying to attack someone's gender. This TOS shit got me hella tight.
But stupid beyond all reason.
I'm trans cancering off and off.
He's a blatant hypocrite, Zanya, because you don't build anything professionally. It's just nihilism with you. Responding to Zanya somehow. I don't know what that's responding to. You don't have projects where you try to accomplish things together and need contacts. It's just black pill nihilism. That's why you don't understand this being upsetting. There's no trust to betray because you're not trying to accomplish anything in back channel. I hope that's helpful. Is this might be... Oh, this might be Zanya. That's why Zanya's not appearing in the chat. Okay, so these are Zanya's DMs. I didn't realize they were Zanya's DMs. Well, multiple people in this group chat and the other group chat are replying to his tweets and quoting him with criticisms and occasional insults, and he is being ganged up on. How did this whole fight start? I somehow missed the start of it all. Zanya's actually being kind of awesome here. I kind of appreciate that. Let's make it so this is a little bit... Oh, God. There's literally, like, no way to just...
She's deleted her Twitter now, isn't she? Like, why? Has Brianna Wu had her killed? In a street racing event? Street racing death event? A tragic street racing crash? Death Race 2000? Kill switch. Oh man. Tragic brake line malfunction. Oh fuck.
Something without grouping it. It's so frustrating. There we go. Okay. It is legitimately so annoying. There, that's better. And this Jaden person's giving more context. I'm not even sure what he means. How are you being a hypocrite? What double standards are you talking about? It's how society treats men versus women. What do you expect? And then responding to Zanya, I think. Claire and Brianna argued with him a little bit after he made some weird tweets where he says trans quote-unquote women. But he didn't say trans quote-unquote women. He just said quote-unquote women. That was what he was saying. He was ganging up on him. This is just like a general failure to comprehend English. Anyone got a screenshot of the original stuff or a link? And then this Jaden person goes, I think he deleted it, but it's probably a screenshot somewhere.
Who's your favorite mentally stable trans activist? Fuck. Stop. Guys, please. Holy fuck.
I've literally never heard of an M2F calling F2M a woman ever, including the person that, quote, tweeted you. Don't be so dramatic. Good job, Brianna. You just gave me a pretty good idea of who it is. I thought you were above all the internet team sports, but it's very da-da-da-da. I see. Appreciate you deleting the comment, insinuating trans women are men and
Brianna. Oh, God. Guys. Jakey, you know what you're doing, bro. Cut that out.
Well, hang on. That's not, though, because she's actually just confirming here. She's confirming right here that she understood that this was about trans men. And then we have Zanya again. Just looks like he's stating something from his experience and being somewhat antagonistic with the way he's presenting it. Is that why everyone is angry with him? Am I missing something in the original post that makes this more serious? The fact that he's been bitching about it days later and acting like a little bitch and leaking DMs. Brianna was just so weirdly, like, freakishly invested in talking.
Very aggressive. She's got a very aggressive, domineering personality, doesn't she? Not very agreeable. Very brutish, one might say.
About this trans guy in a feminine key. It's weird. It's really weird.
Oh, pat back. Like, I wouldn't bizarre. Take it that far, okay? I wouldn't say all that.
You keep going on about how you're like, I'm a professional in the space. Sorry, I'm a professional in the space. However you do her Voldemort voice. Like,
certainly an odd thing for such a beautiful woman.
What is that? And leaking DMs.
Guys.
Well, yeah, you threatened him in DMs. You threatened him. Of course he's going to leak DMs. Why wouldn't he? Like, that's a threat. You said gangster shit. It's comical, but it's a threat. Like, you want people to leak DMs, don't threaten them in DMs. And Zanya says, okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a bit here, so just hear me out. If he's being threatened in DMs, she catches it. What obligation does he have not to leak that document, that engagement in DMs? Zanya is actually too smart for these people. I know a lot of people have issues with Zanya. Zanya's not stupid. Zanya just needs better friends, in my opinion.
Not that stupid. Let's be specific here. Okay?
Now, this Jaden person gives a reply. So for him to start being antagonistic at all about this is really hypocritical. This is why I'm disappointed in him. I thought he was very objective and fair. He walks around acting as if he is, but he isn't. You wouldn't say something like that if you're objective and fair. You should stop pushing this image that he's Mr. Objective. Okay, I don't care about that. The DM leak thing, I'm only invested in this halfway because I get too upset, but I think Brianna DM'd him trying to have an actual conversation. This is the actual conversation. This thing here. Okay. The actual conversation is, don't fuck with me or we're gonna get into some gangster shit.
So based. Brianna won. Gangster. Yeah, we're doing gangster shit. I'm on that
okay,
gangster-ish.
We have some more between this Jaden person. I don't care about this Jaden person. I don't care about this Claire person. Although these were people who were in the original VC. You'll recall that she distanced herself from that originally, but I guess that was all just kind of a lie. I'm just gonna say, if I ever threaten someone in DMs, I'm fully aware they're probably gonna leak those DMs. Yeah, that'd be a reasonable expectation. Let's press on. When does Boo come back in? Jaden. A lot of Jaden. I don't care about Jaden. Jaden's not important. Brianna Wu. He was homeschooled, by the way. It's might explain the way he is. The last thing you see after pissing off Brianna Wu. Yeah, it's hilarious. But you did threaten him. Specifically, you threatened him in a way that evokes something criminal. You said gangster shit, whatever that is. Stupid, comical, but that's a threat. Well, yeah, you're quoting Snoop Dogg. That's so funny, Brianna. Come on, you're my age. You know I'm quoting Snoop Dogg here. I think Brianna's I don't know how old Brianna is. Old enough.
I'm quoting Snoop Dogg. So, like, okay, let's come up with some rap lyrics that we could quote at someone in DMs. I mean, we just need to look at Meet the Grahams, really, don't we? Like, imagine if we sent this to someone in DMs. I'm not going to give a specific name in case anyone accuses me of brigading. But imagine I just send this to someone in DMs. These words.
Black women.
Where is it?
Get fucked up.
Imagine I just send these words to someone in DMs and I say, oh, I'm quoting Kendrick Lamar. Come on, you're my age. You know that.
The man that liked to play victim. You raised a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down.
Wait.
When I'm just like him, she sexualized. Him and Weinstein, she get fucked up. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die. Him and Weinstein, she get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates.
Like, I just start quoting that to someone in DMs. Are they supposed to? Are they supposed to be like, oh yeah, that's a rap lyric. That's a rap lyric for Meet the Grahams. When they're saying that they think I should get beaten to death in a cell, and I'm a rapist equivalent to Harvey Weinstein, they know that I'm quoting a song, and they shouldn't leak that because it's just a joke. It's just a harmless joke in response to a public altercation that potentially endangers Brianna Wu's reputation. It's just a joke. She was quoting. Well, yeah, that is how me and yeah. Discord VC when stream ends be like, wait, where is it?
What I'm about to say is heavy, now listen. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women.
Hey. Okay. So yeah, it's just crazy. You can't just quote like, right, being like, oh yeah, we're getting some gangster shit. You're gonna really be in some fucking trouble. You're being some gangster shit. I'm gonna really fuck you up in a fight. And then you're just like, oh no, I was quoting Snoop Dogg. Like, no, that's not how it works, Brianna. You were going at someone and you started saying you were going to get into gangster shit and fuck them up. She would consider, yes, she would. She would absolutely consider it a death threat if it came for, if a right-winger DM'd her and said, oh, we're gonna, if you're not careful, we're gonna get into some gangster shit. Do you want to fight? That's not, I don't want to fight, but if you want to fight, we can fight. If a right-winger started saying that's crazy. That would be insane. She'd be like, oh, calling the FBI, like, Jay Stryker's coming after me. I'm going to be killed in a speed race if you don't come and protect me now.
I've had a really bad week. Oh my god. I've had a really bad week and I'm gonna be level with you. You're being really dumb here. He called trans women men. He didn't. I gave him some polite pushback on Twitter. He acted like a girl. He acted like a girl and kept screaming. It's bizarre. It's like, oh, this trans guy on Twitter,
okay, stop.
He argued with me a little bit. He's such a bitch. He's such a little girl. He's such a woman. Where is your goddamn rational analysis about the man acting like a girl, leaking DMs? Like a little bitch, leaking DMs. Who was 46? Yeah, this is a 46-year-old. Honestly, this is just stupid. You're just wrong here. Your analysis is bad. Yeah. And Zonya's like, you do acknowledge that gangster shit ultimately was not polite, right? He's so Zonya's
so
leak. Where is your goddamn rational analysis about the man acting like a girl, leaking honestly gangster shit? Stupid. Pretend to be a professional political organizer.
Sure, should I have been more of the adult after repeatedly being the adult? Brianna, you are a fucking adult. Don't go around threatening people. Or at least have a good reason. Yeah, pushing 50, by the way. Pushing 50. Am I really supposed to act like the adult every time? Yes. Yes, you are 50 years old, Brianna. Yes. You are a middle-aged person. You are 50 years old. You need to grow up. You cannot go around threatening people and saying it's Snoop Dogg lyrics, so it's fine. That's not how anything works. Ever. It's never been how it's worked.
Brianna, so yeah, kind of. But what really fucking pisses me off about your comment here, where do my feelings ever come into the equation? They don't, you idiot. You're an adult. They don't. You want to do political organizing. You want to move
Yeah, well, yeah, you can. You can go around doing that. You can. But you're going to get, shit on for it, obviously.
Money around and try to influence who makes the rules for your country. Your feelings have no value. Grow up.
Yeah, 50 years old spurging in group chats and DMs is absolutely nuts. Just over Twitter drama too. Just absolutely. It's crazy, man. I seriously hope I'm not this fried when I'm 50. We're pushing 50. Want to see you pushing? Okay, stop. That's not even funny. Because it's not even. Oh wait, pushing T. Okay. Okay.
Where do my feelings ever come into the equation? I just wanted to threaten this bitchy, girly, womanly trans guy. But what about me? You give a flying fuck that my DMs are leaked and I'm dealing with nonsense? No. No, of course you don't. You come to the same conclusion you always do. Everyone is dumb, and you are smart. It's fucking tired. God, she's so committed. Yeah, he's acting like a girl, not a woman. A girl. I don't even know what deep fried crock means. Yeah, that's a repeat. We saw that one. I gotta go take the truck up north to get work done on it. I'll see you all later. Bye. Also, I just want to say, he isn't feeling threatened. He probably isn't above acting like he is at this point. But I know Oliver, and that aggressive motherfucker is obviously not feeling threatened by...
Wait, so now they're calling them aggressive? But I thought this whole... I thought this whole thing was that Oliver was acting too much like a woman. And now Brianna's problem is that Oliver is too aggressive. I'm struggling to pass quite what Brianna's complaint is here. It feels like it's once again Brianna having one of her narcissistic meltdowns where she just throws everything at the wall and sees what sticks against someone who has slighted her in some way on social media. I mean, that's almost definitely... I mean, I probably could have guessed that's what it was from the outset. But the complaint is especially incoherent here.
Whatever. He's not scared or freaked out. He's pissed off and wants to have a drama war. It's lame as fuck. I edited his videos for free sometimes. This is Jaden. Okay. What is this? That's the first one again.
Could this guy not sort this out? Put it in an Imgur album, bro. Put it in a fucking Imgur album and scroll down it, dude.
Like, what is wrong with this person? Like, why do you keep doing this? I can't understand it. Like, you're someone who's trying to cultivate like a serious political like following and career. You're trying to be taken seriously. You're trying to be taken seriously in the mainstream. You want to build connections. You want to build bridges. And you actually just can't help yourself. You need to be in a cackling gaggle of antisocial losers. Just calling people slurs and calling trans men women and calling...
His braids too tight and his BBL all fucked up. Okay.
Coworkers, people who work with you, people who work with your employers, like Benny at the Young Turks, calling trans women transvestite appearing. Meanwhile, you look like a vampire that's been in the dryer for too long. Like, I mean, like this stuff is nasty. Like, he's such a little girl leaking DMs. Where do my feelings come in? He's acting like a girl, not a woman, a girl. Like, this stuff is nasty. But this is funny. This is actually hilarious.
Yeah, this is
Brianna
funny.
Wu.
Spitting.
Start some public shit with me and we're gonna get into some gangster shit.
Spitting.
Cackling gaggle. Well.
Yeah, what the fuck is this 9-hour stream from Sunday?
I'm done. And if anybody
Shocking.
waited 9 hours to get to the Brianna Wu segment, you deserved this. You deserved this.
True.
All right. I'm gonna see.
All right. Well, that's the Brianna Wu stuff. I mean, we've got the where's this careful shit too? I'll find this quickly. So Brianna Wu put up this tweet earlier saying, "This is my issue with @OrdinaryGamers Mutahar video on Kefuls. Most people understand that if you outlaw abortion, you're going to get back alley abortions that get women killed, but they can't make the same connection to gender-affirming healthcare for minors. This video spends a lot of time critiquing minors getting HRT without a prescription, but doesn't acknowledge the reality that healthcare options are extremely limited for trans people and being dismantled. He's not a fucking political commentator. He probably doesn't have a hard stance on exactly how much funding should go to fucking trans healthcare and what the best method of care is. He probably doesn't have hard positions on this. He probably hasn't looked into it. Mutahar's, I know, I've got my fucking complaints about Mutahar, obviously, but one thing I will say to Mutahar's credit is that when he doesn't know, he doesn't generally say much about most controversial topics because he doesn't like to fucking, step outside of the acceptable lines. But when he doesn't know what he's talking about, he generally stays away, generally takes a step back. I saw him talking about the Israel-Palestine stuff on Twitter and was like, yeah, why the fuck would I talk about it? How am I going to give an informed take on it? It's like, okay, based. Fair enough. So he probably doesn't have a super hard stance on every fucking intricacy of trans issues. But freaks like Brianna Wu, absolute freaks like this, ideologues, want to just pretend that it's just a given that you should totally support trans healthcare and just be like, oh yeah, we just need to have way more puberty blockers and way more estrogen and way more testosterone and way more everything and just way more surgeries. We need to lower the age on it all. We need to have way more less restrictions. We need to fast track everyone, have no wait lists and no. It's crazy. That's what they want. So that's what they want you to say. They want you to just be like, Republicans bad. Just give us the free pass. Give us the free pass. Do whatever the fuck we want. Don't think about any of the hesitancy and in any of the like cast review and stuff like that. Mood should read the cast review. I actually was thinking about making a joke. I was almost making a joke in Discord the other day when I was talking about how Mutahar doesn't do anything controversial. And I was thinking about just typing out like, hey guys and gals, it's me, Mutahar here, and today we're going to be looking at this report coming out of the UK about trans healthcare. I think that'd be such a funny Muta video. The blowback from that would go so hard. That'd be amazing. Anyway. But yeah, so Brianna Wu, people like this, as much as she's going to shit on like the non-binaries and all this stuff, she'll turn around and for the real trans people, she'll be like, oh yeah, but we've got to give us everything. Give us everything. We've got to be allowed everything. There's going to be no restrictions on this. We're like, total free pass, no consultations, no wait lists. Just go for it. Age 13, who cares? That's the mindset. As long as you're one of the good ones, the real trans people. Whatever. My position is very clear. I want this system overhauled and improved because it's obviously not working. I want every child to have access to psychologist, endocrinologist, and true assessment instead of kabuki theatre assessment. If you're not advocating that and you're criticizing DIY healthcare, I don't think you're really serious about this as a public policy issue. You are nuts. You are nuts. Every child to have access to psychologist, endocrinologist, and true assessment, like on demand. That's, dude. This is like not even in the UK do we get like that sort of level of care. Okay. I mean, to be fair, the NHS is pretty, it's had its fucking drawbacks over the last 10 years or so. But just being like, oh, we need to give everyone everything. We need to make sure that everything's funded for everyone. It's like, you're not being serious about public policy here. You're not being serious. Exactly. There's a finite pool of specialists. Exactly, right? Let's have a look at this. So for context, Brianna Wu had a big argument with this Ollie person, this FTM trans person on Twitter, hangs around in sort of this end of things. And took to DMs and basically said to Ollie, if you want to start a fight, we're going to get into some gangster shit. That's a 50-year-old Brianna Wu telling someone they're going to get into gangster shit over Twitter beef. So, as a result, someone leaked from Brianna Wu's group chat with all of her problematic trans friends some logs of Brianna Wu sitting in there referring to this FTM trans person as female coded, much like Brianna Wu did a while ago to Benny from the Young Turks in that same group chat. Now, it's interesting. Ollie actually posted this clip to Twitter. I don't understand how these people go through these conversations speaking in this way, where it's like, it's so obvious they're not saying what they mean. Maybe I should use it, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, well, should you or shouldn't you? Give us a fucking answer. Was that wrong to do, or was it fine? Give us a fucking answer. Was that wrong to do, or was it fine? Do you still do that? Could there be more DMs leaked of you still talking that way? Could that be the case? Why would you not just take a stance on it? Yes. Because you're a wretched, dishonest snake. So I called it, is the point here. I predicted this. It is a pretty easy call, to be fair. Obviously, anyone could have said that exact thing and probably been right. However, I did win bigly. Let's say I did win bigly. So let's that's all I wanted to show you. We'll just watch the call in now. Let's see what happened here. So I guess Reservair's been covering the now recording episode from last night where Brianna Wu jumped on, argued with everyone. He's covered all the leaks. Okay. So Reservair's been doing the full Brianna Wu recent drama. Okay. So I guess Ollie comes in to talk about it. Let's have a look.
I'll drag him up. So, yeah, we're going to see if we take a call from Omnipooner. It was a good pee. It was a really good pee. All right. It was a really, really,
wow, thanks for the info, Reservoir.
Really good pee.
Thanks, dude.
So, doing pretty well with that. Yeah, for the rest of the stream, though, what we're going to be going ahead and doing, okay, is 1 minute, 25 seconds. Takes 20 seconds maximum for, like, or something like that on average for, like, a mammal to, like, evacuate a bladder or something like that, right? That's, like, a normal thing. It's, like, regardless of size. It's like actually like something. It's
what are we doing
like
here?
Those, like,
Reservoir, shut the fuck up, dude.
Things, right? Yeah, let's bring on Omnipooner. Let's have a little chat. Hi.
Thank God.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. You're in the Petscop.
Yeah. I was obsessed with Pyrocynical's video about it, and so when that guy Nexpo put out videos,
Pyrocynical was that guy
thrilled.
Did you watch it from the very beginning of it?
Okay.
So I'm one of those losers who likes to watch the like commentary, like going over the story and like putting it together so that my lazy ass doesn't have to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like I think both series like go over it from the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah, for me it was.
You gotta stop brainstorming, you dono girl. Keep the ball rolling. I don't like doing dono. I don't like doing that sort of thing. I was like, I gotta make this. I saw the opportunity to make the upgrade, so all worth it, all very quickly worth it. and I was like, fuck it. People might actually go for this. I don't like doing donor goals generally. It's just special circumstances. It's yeah, recoup the losses. Exactly.
With Petscop, it was like there were the 2 years that they released like 30-40 minute videos on Christmas Day. I remember those, and I remember like I literally woke up the one time at my parents' house, and it had like snowed the night before. It was like idyllic fucking Christmas shit, and I remember just sitting there watching it while my brother and parents, they're downstairs like getting fucked up and shit. I'm just like sitting there. I'm just like, hey, I'm just gonna watch this. Given it was like 10 in the morning, but whatever it is. Hi, I'm Rezer. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I just got home from work. It's been a busy ass week, so like I'm just kicking back. This has been a very wonderful like closure to the week, though. It's just seeing how all this stuff has come out and like yeah.
So you were the one that leaked on Brianna with this stuff, all right? Is that my guess? Not honestly, all of it, not the group chat, but like your DMs with Brianna.
Yeah, I'm the one who dropped the like.
Yeah. Obviously, they leaked their DMs with Brianna. Who else is going to be leaking their DMs with Brianna? What?
Threats that she sent me and
I'm
everything.
gonna, dude.
Yeah, if you
Reservoir blows my mind.
This is like one thing that I think people misunderstand is like I didn't feel threatened because like I'm pretty good at like keeping my like actual identity, low key and everything. So I'm not looking at this going like, oh my god, she's like gonna come after me. It's just more like, what are you doing? Okay.
All right. So, well, then, why did you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I think it was like, for me, it was like a couple different reasons. I haven't streamed in a while, so otherwise I would kind of talk about it there. But like basically, my whole thing has been I've seen like an ongoing like kind of bias from certain like trans women, not all of them obviously, but certain ones like against trans guys. Yeah. And so I thought it was really funny that like in the middle of her telling me she's never seen anything like this happen, and like there's no sort of bias, just this overall kind of gaslighting me. She then sends me these threats, and I'm just like I don't know, like when you have somebody who's like got more of a voice, more influence, more power, and like more money to throw around, and you got my ass sitting over here like just working an everyday job. I didn't have 200K handed to me, It's just kind of like I don't know, isn't that what you call oppression to a certain degree? Not to be soy about it, but just kind of what that comes off as.
I mean, it is like the unfortunate reality that like for me, my problems with Brianna Wu are literally that I don't think she actually has any political positions. I think she only aspires to power, right? I don't think there's anything more than that. I don't think she cares what it is as long as she has power to go ahead and wield it and use it as such. That's how I feel about Brianna Wu. I can't say that I even necessarily disagree with a lot of the things she advocates for. I think largely I'm gonna probably agree with her on most of that stuff. I just don't really like that. She's a moneyed interest that's just going ahead and leeching off of whatever community she can go into. And I guess I fell on your thing because she had a conversation on Now Recording yesterday about Heffels that I took a good look at. I'm like, wow, I feel like a lot of YouTube commentary people are not familiar with her. Larger than that, Rootsy familiar. Have you watched the stuff with her and Chud Logic?
I think they absolutely are. I think Reservoir is delusional. They don't know about this stuff, but like as in Twitch post stuff, but they know about Gamergate. Nick Diorio probably knows fucking everything about Gamergate. Nick Diorio came up making fucking documentaries on IBS figures, right? That all sprung out of the Gamergate like talking heads, basically, like Ethan Ralph and fucking Metica and all this shit. So yeah, I don't know what. Rezo is missing something here. That's okay. Whatever.
I remember seeing her because I'm a huge fan of Chud. I watch him quite often. Yeah. I remember seeing her show up to like warn him about the Sunday stuff. And he just Chud just didn't really care, which I thought was really funny. I know that like afterwards, Chud's talked about this. He said that like he got an offer to join Progressive Victory or something like that, and he turned it down, which I think was like a great way to go. Yeah. So yeah, that's like the extent of what I've seen. I don't know if there was more though.
I mean, yeah, there's a few people that have turned down Progressive Victory. I know.
Nice. I don't think Chud was given an offer and then turned it down. Was it? I think Chud said that apparently that he heard they were throwing his name around as someone who they might ask. I thought was what happened. Kid Not Kin turned down an offer, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe.
I think Stardust did at one point, but hers is more going through shit in her life at the time rather than like some moral objection, so to speak, right? But like, yeah, I mean, there's been a few people, and I'm gonna be honest, even when it comes to like the Progressive Victory people, I think that I have personal animus and then just like my desire to not like talk to mainstream ideas or people that just kind of repeat mainstream ideas, because I just feel like we've already heard enough of those. I would rather hear anything different, or at least somebody that's able to like speak those, and I'm fully confident that it's that human being in front of me talking to me, right?
Yeah.
Nick is an oddity, not the standard. That doesn't matter. He was on the Now Recording episode. That's what Reservoir was talking about. Okay.
So yeah, all right, fair enough. How long were you talking to Brianna Wu for?
Whatever.
That's a funny thing. Like, I rarely have ever talked to her, period. I think the last time we really interacted was, ironically, when, like, the group chat leaked the last time about the non-binary stuff. And actually, I feel kind of like an asshole because, like, back then, I was...
And plus, no, Nick is the standard. Most of the... Maybe not the current sort of, like, commentary people. I'd say there's, like, almost generations to these commentary guys. You know what I mean? It's like Metica is, like, first-gen commentary guy. So a lot of them are going to know about shit Metica was involved in. A lot of like but maybe like people like Lyrics probably don't know about Gamergate so much because he's sort of like he's a bit newer. But I imagine people like Nick, I imagine Augie probably knows a bunch about Gamergate. Augie's not really around anymore. But he's the sort of guy that I would imagine knows a bunch about Gamergate. Like these sorts of people usually do know about it because they create content in that genre that really kind of sprung out of that controversy. Right, Mundane Matt is sort of like he's like the proto quartering almost. You know what I mean?
I was more on her side about the whole thing, and now it looks like, you know, the second it happens to me, I turn, and it's like, it hasn't really been like that. I've been critical of her for a while, but we've barely talked. I might be able to link it. She sent me a long apology, and I responded to it publicly because she didn't actually let me respond to her in private. But she basically like, oh jeez, what was it? I'll see if I can link it in your chat. But it wasn't even really an apology.
You can't link it in my
like,
chat on YouTube. You can on Twitch, or if you DM me or any of the mods, they'll be able to post it for you on YouTube. I don't know specifically that, or if you want to post it in a chat.
I put it in general. Just,
you put it in general? Okay, cool. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, let's bring this up then.
But it, like at the end of the like message she sends me, she said like she considered me a friend, and I was like, I didn't, because we barely talked. Like I don't know anything about you other than what I've seen everybody say about you and seen you on their stream. So it's like very manipulative to me even to like insinuate that we were friends, because we absolutely were not. Like
okay, sounds good. Do you mind if I just read this up on stream real quick, just that way we were all like caught up on what this is?
No problem.
So Clitler wrote the Omnipooner, who we haven't called with us.
Gamergate isn't real. It's like calling 4chan a hacker. I don't know what. It's simpleton. Are you just trolling? I genuinely can't tell. You must be with the Drake defense and saying shit like that. Gamergate just refers to an the online controversy that sprung out of Zoe Quinn being accused of cheating on her boyfriend with multiple different games journalists. That's what Gamergate is. I don't know what you think Gamergate's referring to here, but that absolutely was a real thing that happened. That was a real series of events. That was a real controversy. There were many articles, videos, discussing the whole thing. It went on for like a year or two. That's never what they say it is. It's never what who says it is. Are you Pepe boasting now, simpleton? Is that it? The journos. What? Well, they'll say it's a harassment campaign. Yeah. But that's still what they're referring to. They just characterize that as a harassment campaign. It's still referring to the same thing. The same events. I don't... Okay.
Brianna blocked me before I could respond, so I'm going to say this. My feelings were never hurt, and characterizing my issues with you as that way is minimizing. So why do you go on to say, sorry if you felt like your experiences were minimized? You're clearly not. I did not take your gangster shit line as a threat because I'm younger than
Jono is still a J.
Yes, even former
the
high
other
schoolers
J.
know who Snoop Dogg is. I took it as a threat because you received that sentence with, if you start public shit with me, you literally started all of this. You keep screaming all you want is another way for you to call me an emotional bitch, and then later call me manipulative. Like, why did you blow up my DMs for this? And this is Brianna Wu's apology, all right? Oliver, I had a long talk with Blank last night. I want to say some things to you. First of all, I am genuinely sorry if you don't feel welcome or feel your experiences minimized in the trans community. I thought it was actually decent for Blank to reach out to you and check in on you. It's a chaotic place and everybody is in pain. All of us end up in the crosshairs. Someone else know the toll it takes. You may not believe me, but Blank, that feelings were hurt and that you had mentioned me in some of these group chats and I have not responded. The truth is, people are trying to get a hold of me all day long. I cannot respond to everything.
We've already been through it. We've been through all
this.
This.
Okay.
It's so badly done too.
Truth is, people affecting. I was trying to get a comment. No, I've seen how you can flip
wait,
so long.
wait, have we? No, wait, have we?
Everything.
Did this happen today? This did happen today, didn't it? Fuck, we haven't been over this. We should go over this. I'll go over this myself. I can't stomach Reservoir's coverage here. I'll go over this myself. Okay, so Ollie actually leaked more DMs today, now that we're caught up. Alright? So here we go. So, basically, I think the name that's censored here is Zonya. Because Zonya leaked the group chat, the Brianna Wu group chat, to someone, probably Ollie, who leaked it to Sunday, who went on stream and spoke about it. So, Ollie puts out this tweet. Brianna blocked me before I could respond, so I'm just going to say this. My feelings will never hurt, so characterizing my issues with you that way is very minimizing. So why do you go on to say, sorry if you felt like your experiences were minimized? You're clearly not. I did not take your gangster shit line as a threat because I'm younger than you, Brianna. Yes, even former homeschoolers who know who Snoop Dogg is. I took it as a threat because you preceded that sentence with, if you start some public shit with me, you started literally all of this. Well, yeah, so if you start shit with me, we're going to get into some gangster shit. That absolutely is. How is that not a threat? Even if you're saying, like, you don't actually mean you're going to shoot this person. You don't actually mean you're going to shoot them dead in the street or beat the shit out of them like a gangster. Even if you don't actually mean that, you're, like, using that as a stand-in for some kind of, you know, hostility or attack, right? You're just quoting a line to do so. You can keep screaming all you want. Is another way for you to call me an emotional bitch and then later call me manipulative. Like, why did you blow up my DMs for this? Guys, I'm already trying to throw his Red Bull. Okay. Oliver. I had a long talk with, I think, Zonya last night. I want to say some things to you. First of all, I'm genuinely sorry if you don't feel welcome or feel your experience is minimized in the trans community. I thought it was actually decent for blank to reach out to you and check in on you. It's a chaotic place and everyone is in pain. All of us end up in the crosshairs of someone else, and I know the toll it takes. You may or may not believe me, but blank, you may or may not believe me, but blank that you feelings were hurt and that you had mentioned me in some of these group chats, and I have not responded. Okay. Totally illiterate. That's fine. The truth is people are trying to get a hold of me all day long, and I cannot respond to everything. Twitter is fairly broken these days for people to get a lot of notifications, and I just never see it. And I just have never seen it. I don't have any interest in a fight with you, public or private. I don't have any interest in affecting your career, and I wish you nothing but the best. I know this is dating me, but get into some gangster shit is cringe 90s speak. Pretty much every white girl my age listened to Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. I was just trying to make a joke. But I see how, if you didn't live through that era, okay, it was probably perceived differently. You can leak this, you can keep screaming at me all day long. I legitimately don't care. Yeah, you seem like you don't care when you're sending a fucking barrage of messages like, aren't. I want to tell you the truth, that I was sorry we got off on the wrong button. Is this bitch having an episode? We got off on the wrong button? Like, there's so much just weird phrasing here. I don't bear you any animosity. Wrong foot. Oh, sorry, she corrects it here. Sorry, we pause Andy'd. Okay? We did the pause Andy. I'd considered you a friend before this. I don't think that's going to be a good fit from here, but you're certainly not my... Okay. Just here. Not my enemy. I wish you nothing but the best. Can I ask you a few questions? No. I've seen how you've manipulated blank. I assume Zonya, I don't know. And then you've leaked. I know you'll probably do it here. But I wanted to tell you how I genuinely feel on the off chance you could hear it. I don't have any animosity towards you, and I wish you nothing but the best. Jesus. So yeah, Brianna was just totally spugged out here. Like, I mean, Brianna was the aggressor every step of the way, you know? She's just been starting shit and spugging out the whole time.
This is just...
Hey.
I have sick merch, and we have our newest shirt is actually one of our newest shirts is actually a shirt that is literally made just because of the fact that this is who we are. We identify in this community as a little retarded. That's kind of been our thing. So yeah, it's literally a this is one of our shirts which you can get.
Is that meant to be like academics compromise t-shirt? Dude. But something's got to be done about Reservoir. This is getting too much.
Our wonderful merch store, if you're that interested. So, but anyway, sorry. Yeah, but no, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you can say just like you can't do the Twitch TOS words, which are like pretty much all the trans slurs that involve the word trans or close to it, right?
Right.
You can't do that. But aside from that, I don't. If we weren't on Twitch, I wouldn't care. You could say literally whatever. Wouldn't fucking.
Okay, hell yeah. I was also gonna say, like, I think with Brianna specifically, I see this like tendency that when she advocates for like pro-trans legislation, she will say trans women and nobody else. And it's like, I don't know if that's just like a slip-up or like a Freudian slip-up thing, where she's just like...
You know what, here, I'm going to give her like a little bit of a charity here. And I'm just going to say that it's her just kind of reflecting her own identity and ideology as a way to go ahead and create these laws without regard for other individuals, which I think is kind of normal when people are advocating for things, that they'll come from it from a personal lens, right?
I want to go back and watch the beginning of this. Probably not. I mean, I haven't really said much. There's not really... I don't feel like much is really been said in this call.
You know, like that's about it. Like I think
I don't think there's much to say about this, really. It's just,
you know, I can also say, yeah, I think it's like definitely a blind spot for somebody who is, you know, as well.
I thought maybe Reservoir had tried to snake. By the way, Queen Bee was talking about in Discord, but maybe not. You say Woo is manipulative. Is it manipulative to lie to protect your streamer friend, Kid Not Kin, who was attending progressive meetings in secret, and only disclosing that you swept for that after Kid decided to not take the PV contract, and continue to lie about it 6 months later and attack random chatters? Okay.
Worse as she claims to be, I think that you can definitely say there are issues if you think that there is like a hyper focus on this one edge of it rather than the full concept of it.
For sure. I mean, and like to be fair, like it is a more general criticism too. I think that a lot of like people will focus on the issues of trans women and nobody else. So it's not necessarily just her. And even then, it's like, you know, if those are the people that are speaking for the trans community, obviously they're going to relate to their experiences more than anybody else's. So like I'm not trying to say any one specific thing is like a smoking gun or a kill shot to her character.
More just like a way to improve.
Everything.
Yeah, more like a way to improve the discourse as it stands.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess after this, I'm gonna guess you don't feel as well about Brianna Wu, or like maybe you feel worse. Just generally, I would say usually these things happen. People like her a little bit less. You know what I mean? I think that's a natural response. Do you were you planning on doing anything with this in the near future or no?
I might like I'm planning to hopefully come back to streaming like in June, so I may just like briefly go over it to kind of explain my perspective and some of the things I saw, because obviously most people are going to cover it are going to like, you know, they're going to go through what's been shown already and you know, give their takes about it from a drama perspective. I do see it a little bit. I take it, I guess, a little bit more seriously just because it involves like, you know, trans people or whatever. But yeah, I want to like say my like brief piece about it on stream eventually, and then, you know, kind of leave it in the past unless she says something else. I definitely don't like her much more than I did before, but I also already didn't have a very high opinion of her, considering honestly just the way she, you know, kisses ass to everybody. That alone is enough to make you dislike somebody. So, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, all right. Well, we'll be paying attention. I mean, I'm going to be probably shitting on her forever because I don't know.
Okay, there wasn't much to that. All right. Dude, what is this as well I've seen? Oh, man. How does she just embarrass herself every time she posts? A lot of people accuse me of sounding a politician, but the truth is, I'm a 46-year-old doing Twitch poll, and I mostly have the same level of maturity and thoughtfulness you should expect from someone my age. No, you don't! No, you don't! You're a 50-year-old woman spurging on the internet on an almost daily basis, telling random other trans people that you're going to get into gangster shit over Twitter posts. You're a fucking lunatic, and you behave like a fucking child. It's so embarrassing. Dude, this is so pathetic. Ugh, what a wretched... Ugh. 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 Brianna. You're a gangster. She's strapped with it. What does that mean? Wait, should I repeat that? When you get to my age, hopefully this stuff will seem more complicated to you too. Dude, if I'm anything like Brianna at her age, I will have regressed. I'm gonna be honest. I will feel like I've regressed by anything like Brianna at her age. There is no, you shouldn't be acting like this as like a 20-year-old, let alone a 50-year-old. Let's pull up, okay, so let's find a thoughtful and mature Brianna Wu moment. Where is it? Econo Boy Stardust.
So, look, I've listened to this whole panel, and look, Econo Boy, I've never really interacted with you two before, but I have to say, this has been really, really hard to sit here and listen to you talk for an hour and a half, because you've got, genuinely, like, you're not trans, you don't have dysphoria, so you're, like, mansplaining and you're transplaining to me.
Are you serious?
You're mansplaining and you're transplaining.
How did you just shut the fuck up?
I cannot believe that you're coming offended.
What the hell?
Okay, I didn't expect this. Blows my mind.
I'm gonna finish saying I'm gonna
yeah, go for it.
I didn't anticipate that one. What is wrong with her?
It's not it wouldn't be transplaining, would it? It'd be cisplaining. Because mansplaining is when a man explains something to a woman. And so transplaining would be if a trans person explains something to a cis, but it would be cisplaining. Brianna got it wrong. She's To be fair, Connor Boy is extremely difficult to listen to for any length of time. I agree, but he doesn't provoke me into a rage. I just start. He's like a, you know, Chris Dillinger said, he's like a Xanax bar. He's like a Xanax bar. That ninja put me to sleep. Is Wu trans? Absolutely. Absolutely. 100% trans. So trans. So trans.
Or is she like on something?
So it is so fucking smarmy. Jenny is talking about some serious stuff here.
Oh, Jesus Christ! She's coming to defend Jenny Matrix. She's actually going out of her way to still do run interference for these people. It's absolutely insane.
This is not just you derailing it into stupid bullshit about words you're using. We're ultimately talking about public policy here. Jenny is ultimately talking about how she has less of a voice in public policy.
She's never admitted it publicly. She, in the first set of group chat leaks, she basically implied it, I think. So it is like confirmed. I mean, it was confirmed anyway, but you know what I mean. Like, from her words, it is confirmed, but just she hasn't said it publicly, I believe. I think she's also referred to trans women as sisters before, too.
And that makes it difficult. And how
she's also a voice in public policy because people without dysphoria exist, and sometimes, or people without diagnosable.
No, she never says. You will never hear Brianna Wu say that she's trans. You will never hear her say it. Nope. Find me her saying it. Find me her saying it.
Or even, like, that's like a hard and defined thing. Exists and also
she doesn't call herself a cis female. She doesn't call herself a cis female. I don't think. I've never heard that either. She says she's queer. She calls herself a queer woman.
Gender affirming treatment. Like that's literally what this amounts to. Wu's crazy. She's actually just nuts. Like her and Keffels both lost, I think, 1,000 followers because of this. This caused problems.
She does. Where? Find me the clip. Find me the clip. Wu. Find me the clip, Boots. Yeah,
I told you, like, this is where her chips are. This is actually where her loyalty is.
Never heard that.
Okay. If it becomes, she wasn't in that group chat with a bunch of trans medicalists nut jobs. Not just trans medicalists, also stalkers and harassers, just absolutely insane people. Because she's a political strategist. She was in there because those are the people she gets along with. Those are the people she likes. That's whose side she's actually on.
Harder to get consensus because she feels like she has less of a say in her own movement as compared to before. And you're saying here, you're talking about the group chat. You don't know shit about the group chat.
I didn't bring that.
Keffels,
trans isn't on her Wikipedia page. No, because she's like, what is it? Stealth. She's stealth. But she is trans. As far as I know. Did you hit the goal? Yes, we hit the... No, we didn't hit the goal, actually. Guys, I still need lots more money. I didn't determine the amount of money before I will perform any Kendrick songs, okay? So, make sure you keep donating. Open your wallets, open your hearts. He is trans. Guys, pull up. Where's the first set of group chat leaks? Don't make me transvestigate. Don't make me do that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I will prove it to you live, but I don't want to have to. I didn't say any pronouns. I don't know what you're referring to. I did not misgender. Fuck that. Hold on. Okay. Nope. She does not. She will never call herself trans. Nope. Nope. Does not happen. She's not had an abortion, though. Find me that. Bug, my issue with this is, like, it's so hard to confirm. It's 100% her. Okay, this is an old post on a trans forum from 2006. Bug says it's 100% her. It's on the Internet Archive, I do believe. It is all, like, actually, it's a legit thing. Obviously, it's, I don't know exactly how the lines are connected, how the dots are connected. This public post. Although I have no doubt that many get strength from them, I personally do not believe in going to support groups of transsexuals and transvestites. Before transition, I found private therapy sufficient. After transition, my attitude is the following. Either you're a woman or you are not. Why would you hang out with a bunch of transsexuals if you're a woman? This is just my opinion. So, he is trans. That's my noise gate not picking up the S. That's my noise gate not picking up the S in that clip. Okay, Ali Khan. That is not me saying he. I did not say the wrong pronouns. It's that you can see my mouth move in that clip. You can see my mouth make the S sound. It just didn't pick it up on the noise gate. I was mumbling a bit. Okay. So let's calm down with that one. Anyway, let's watch more of this. In fact, I'm gonna let this play for a second because I need to get another Red Bull because I'm fucking flagging already. So let's play this for a moment. I'm gonna let Sunday babysit you for just a second. And yeah, then we'll get into the academic stuff.
You said if she repeats what she did in the group chat, you cut her off. Here we are, days later.
Shut the fuck up! Holy God. Okay.
Shit, I didn't bring up the group chat.
Up and let me finish what I'm saying.
Christ.
You're talking at the group chat with a bunch of stupid bullshit. You're talking to her about the trans community. You're literally Googling groups online. Do you really think compared to Jenny, you've done more research than her, pulling it out of your ass here on stream?
So
you're
Brianna,
sitting here
have,
explaining a whole bunch of stuff.
Jesus
if you want to have,
I'm gonna finish my point, and then you can respond like an adult.
Oh, this is actually difficult to listen to. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with her? Is she insane?
Okay.
If you want to, first of all, I'm not the one screaming.
Can you mute him?
Yeah, Stardust, mute me. I'm the one. I'm the one acting deranged.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can we please? Can we? Everybody be quiet. I don't want to mute anybody. Okay. Okay. I don't want to mute anybody.
No, please mute me, Stardust.
Okay. Okay. All right. I will mute you. Fine. Okay.
You're acting like an asshole talking over me. So it has really been difficult to listen to you talk over Jenny and everyone else tonight. And I want to know they have been polite enough to not push back on you, but you've more than deserved it. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
This person is a fucking liability. Like, she's actually going to just torpedo all of Progressive Victory's efforts. I mean, not that they're pretty close to being torpedoed anyways. What a nutball. If AOC did any of this, she would be crucified. Yeah, she would, for actually significantly less. This person is an idiot. Oh my god. Brianna, if you're listening, and I'm pretty sure you are because you're nuts and you follow things around, seek therapy, okay? Get out of politics. Go get some help. You're not well.
Wait, Boy, sorry, here.
Brianna, what empirical claims do you think Akana Boy made?
So it's fine. I think that I don't really understand where the vitriol comes from, to be honest. So throughout our conversation with Ginny and OK Gallagher, I have consistently recognized, yes, I agree. There should be spaces uniquely for gender dysphoric people and people who medically transition. Of course, that makes sense. Just like it makes sense for people who struggle with, I don't know, like, there's groups with all kinds of people who struggle with unique things, right? I don't know, like people who are blind and deaf. I mentioned those instances before.
These are such brilliant points. Oh, really, God, thank you,
Brianna.
Okay,
so.
Wow.
Okay. Why? So I don't really appreciate you interrupting me.
That is hard to listen to. That is
when you made such a big deal about being interrupted. Now,
what?
Brianna, are you fucking drunk or something?
This is unbelievable. COVID, and I don't have patience. That's
okay. Well, that's fine, but maybe mute yourself if you can't handle me just responding to everything that you said.
No.
Okay.
This is the adult-like response.
This woman is 46 years old. This is a 46-year-old. Can't handle even just talking to someone. This is insane. She's lost the plot.
Brianna really wants to
This is the person who thinks we need to drop all non-binary people for optics. This is Captain Optics here.
Anna, this doesn't look good.
Sorry. I have to. I'm so sorry. I have to extend an equal amount. I'm so sorry. Okay. So, Econoboy, finish what you're saying, okay?
Okay, so as I was saying, okay, I didn't bring up the group chat. That was Jenny that brought that up. Now, the incorrect assumption that I made was that people felt uncomfortable with the language in the group chat, and so people leaked it. I made no comment other than that was an incorrect assumption. I feel like that's a reasonable assumption. Now, if you were to say, oh, it got leaked because of interpersonal disagreements, not because of any discomfort, okay, maybe that's true. I don't really know, right? But, like, she's the one that brought it up. It went from, we can't form spaces with gender dysphoric and medically transitioned people to, oh, well, actually, that's not what the chat's original purpose was. I didn't think it was a huge deal. And then throughout our entire, like, 30-minute back and forth on whether or not we should have a specific word for gender dysphoric people, I was just saying, yeah, I mean, it makes sense if you want to do that. I don't really think it's strategically necessary. But for you to come in and be like, I'm mansplaining, what gives me the
Kenny,
right
you're
to
such
share
a
my
piece of shit,
opinion?
dude.
Look, I was invited on this panel. If anyone's uncomfortable with, like, a cis man giving their opinion on trans issues, that's perfectly reasonable. I think that Prime K's All Black Everything panel, I think panels with, like, specific demographics of people make a ton of sense.
Okay.
Because you don't necessarily want cis men to...
Brianna was a lunatic, total child, who cares? Cool, we're done. All right, so people may know a long time ago, Brianna Wu and Jesse Single had a bit of a public spat, where Brianna Wu essentially suggested that she had, and by the way, while I'm covering this, if anyone could please try and find the Jesse Single replies to this episode. I believe he's dumped some DMs or something, spoken about what happened. I don't know if it's in the latest blocked and reported. If anyone could help, that'd be amazing. A while ago, Jesse Single and Brianna Wu had a big public spat because basically Brianna Wu, I think it was over the Keffel stuff or something. It was around that time anyway. Brianna Wu said that she had stories and DMs and stuff from in the industry or in the community that could get Jesse Single cancelled, and basically suggested he was like a chaser and like a sexual harasser or some shit. And Jesse was like, post receipts. I'll give you, I think he even put a bounty on it, didn't he? Wasn't he like, I'll give you 50k. You've got those receipts or some shit, right? I think. And so but this has been sort of like a thing that just sort of got forgotten. It was just sort of like bubbling. It came up every now and again, but it was mostly forgotten. Anyway, Brianna Wu went on this podcast, Heterodorks, this week. This episode called Is Brianna Wu Based? Or 2 episodes, I guess. And apparently here she relitigates some of this and makes some new allegations against Jesse Single. And Jesse Single has replied. So I want to go through this stuff here. So which one do we want to watch here? Is a video game developer, computer programmer, Gamergate veteran, and aspiring politician based for recent statements regarding anti-Semitism? To find out, the Dorks invited Wu for an interview that lasted 2.5 hours and is therefore broken into 2 parts. Who else do I make a part 2? Friendly conversation about eyebrows, makeup, Zionism, anti-Semitism, Gamergate, W Path standards, trans civil rights. So this must be it.
Heterodorks. Heterodox dorks.
Hello, TERFs and this is part 2 of our episode with Brianna Wu. If you have not listened to part 1, please download that and give it a listen.
All right. Hey, I wanted to ask. So let's
immediate trans pick-meism. Get me out.
Since we've been just discussing calm things up to this point, let me bring up something slightly contentious, because I did want to ask you this with this opportunity.
Wait, J.K. Rowling is not contentious?
Not to me. I like this reporter named Jesse Single.
Okay, here we go.
And
straight away, let's go.
There was I don't think it was a bit. What would you call it? Something involving you regarding a claim that you had some documentation that Jesse Single was requesting that trans women like engage with him I don't know, sexually or
I didn't say sexually
or provocatively or something. Well, this is what I'm asking. I don't remember the whole claim here. Can you give us like your side of that?
So here's the side of it.
Yeah.
And I've never said this before. Jesse Single has personally tried to get me fired from my job with Chen.
Oh,
I could produce the emails.
Big allegations.
I've worked with Jesse a lot, actually. I was one of his main contacts during Gamergate. I don't like. I've talked to him on the phone many times. I've just to disclose,
I've talked to him too.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I have my own impression of his skill as a reporter, as someone who's worked with hundreds of reporters over my career, and it's not good, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, why? Are you gonna explain that at all?
Some extreme concerns about the way that he assessed that the Atlantic article on trans children. I think he's a sloppy person. I think he takes a lot of shortcuts, and I think he chooses sources that align with the story he wants to tell. So,
okay, but she's not giving any concrete examples here. She said, "Oh yeah, the way he spoke about the Atlantic article. Okay, what was wrong with it? Where did he fuck up? Explain the fuck ups."
Point. The way Jesse handles sourcing is going to be a major scandal for him. I don't know when it's going to be, but if someone ends up wanting to write that story, call me up. I'll point you to a whole bunch of people. You should look into how he sources stuff.
You really don't think, dude? Okay, do it then, please. I'm begging, because there's obviously a lot of clout. This is delusional. There's so much clout in taking down someone like Jesse Single. He's like one of the big trans boogeymen. He's like one of the big ones. He's one of the ones they hate. One of the reporters they hate the most. So much clout in doing it. So much lefty Twitter clout. Do it.
That's my claim. I'm standing by that claim. But here's the thing. If I go up against Jesse Single today by myself, it'll be a Twitter shit show for a few days, and his horrible audience will go after me and won't get us anywhere.
His horrible audience.
I am interested in...
Is Jesse Single's audience horrible? What's so horrible about Jesse Single's audience? This is the same again. Do not let... I repeat. I don't know how many times people need to be told this. I don't know how many times people need to be told this. Do not let people trick you. Do not let Wu trick you into thinking she has genuinely changed. Just because she will disavow someone like Keffels, she has not changed in any way. This is the exact same Gamergate bullshit playbook that she has used for years. They're harassing me. He's one of the most transphobic leaders of harassment on the internet. That's for sure about Total Biscuit. About fucking Total Biscuit. One of the most inoffensive people who fucking ever made content online. A guy whose grave she fucking danced on the moment she had the opportunity.
Reporter. Going and looking at the way he puts together his stories and really asking themselves if it meets a standard. And there's a reason Jesse gets his paycheck from Patreon and not the New York Times. So that is my statement by that. It's very reasonable. Again, I say Jesse has tried to get me fired for...
You're just... Okay, yeah, he is an independent journalist. He's alt media, for sure, yeah. Yeah, he's alt media. That does mean he has less accountability, for sure. But you've got to point out exactly where his reporting is bad. You can't just signal to, oh, I just think it's bad. I think his sourcing's bad. It'll be a major scandal. You can't just signal to that. You have to lay out clearly what the issues are.
Criticizing him. And his nut job audience has never, like, they don't care
nut job
about
audience.
This double standard. It's like, don't criticize Jesse, but he can try to get people fired in back channel.
Source.
It's ridiculous. It's laughable.
I think you said this is the first time.
This is Cap. She was trying to signal boost Julia Serrano's claim that he was a chaser. Thank you for that context.
You've talked about that. Are you comfortable saying any more about that? About the details, like what the material difference or disagreement was about?
So I sent a tweet and at him, and because I don't think he's a good journalist, and I can't remember the details off the top of my head, but it was read in a way that was. And it was, my intention was, Jesse, you suck as a reporter, which I believe that, right? He took it as something just, I don't know if it was a threat or like going.
So she's saying she can't remember the details here. It sounds like the details are pretty clear. She piggybacked off this claim by Julia Serrano that Jesse was a chaser, and she made a vague tweet being like, "Oh, I've got so many stories about Jesse Single. I've got so many stories about this guy. I could tell you so much." And now she's trying to play like that. In no way was trying to play into the chaser allegations. It was actually a totally separate thing about him being a bad reporter. Okay, so we've got some DMs here. Jesse Single is absolutely obsessed with trans women. That is factual. He's been singling out trans women for hours of interviews he doesn't do anything with for years. Half the stories of the things Jem's done have never come out. So, I mean, just because he doesn't use interviews, that that doesn't necessarily mean... What, you're saying he's like sitting there jerking off over these interviews? What's the allegation here? He could just be trying to get more information about, like, you know, how it is to be a trans person, how they interface with, like, the care system, medical care system, like shit like that, right? Like, I don't... Jesse once complimented an article by Serrano about trans dating. Serrano, being a narcissist, thought that showed sexual interest. Okay. So then she says, fortunately, it's already out there. Julie Serrano has posted this. So has Catherine Cross. So has Caitlin Burns. And for all of those credible women, there are many more who don't feel comfortable coming forward. So yeah, she's absolutely suggesting that he's like a chaser creep here. Yeah. So she's totally lying in this podcast.
Going beyond the line or whatever. And Rick Jenk trying to get me fired. So that's what happened.
I don't think I ever knew that you... Was this on the Young Turks? Is that the show?
Jenk is someone I work with, yes.
Okay.
Also, now is a great time to remind you guys, please like, subscribe, donate, buy a membership, gift membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much.
I don't think I knew that about you. Well, it would certainly be difficult to have any sort of positive feelings towards somebody that tried to get you fired. So
But it's not even about that. I don't take that personally. What I'm telling you is I know how Jesse Single puts his stories together because I was there during Gamergate. I worked with dozens of journalists over Gamergate. I did. Go look it up. There are probably 100 stories. Did plenty of interviews. I worked with plenty of people. I am telling you, Jesse Single's standards that he holds himself to are not that of the rest of the industry. He decides how he feels about something, and then he fits the facts to come to that conclusion. And, you know, this is what's so frustrating.
Well, lay that out then. You haven't.
Because I think you can listen to me today. I'm asking a lot of the same questions that Jesse is. I think I have a lot more compassion in asking them, but I'm not hostile to the question. But I think you've got someone that's made himself the arbiter of this that I just don't think does good work. And I think trans people deserve, frankly, a better journalist looking into this. What was her name? Emily.
What's the problem? What's the problem? Explain the issue.
That was a 10 out of 10 piece at the New York Times. Fantastic piece. The battle for gender care, looked at the history of it. It was objective. It looked at both sides. I wish to God we could make her the person that's out there looking at trans stuff every single day. That was fantastic work. And what did trans Twitter do? They attacked. They made her a controversy. Don't you dare ask questions. And now we don't get those kinds of stories from the New York Times anymore. Someone is going to be asking these questions. And I wish that we could not destroy every credible journalist trying to do this. Sorry, I'm kind of pissed off.
No.
That's a good point. Why do you think
she hasn't laid out a point really at all? She said this other one was better. It's like, okay, why?
Twitter attacked that.
Looked at the history. Has Jesse never looked at the history?
I think that their gut reaction to anything that's not the leftmost narrative is destroy you. Just to be really honest. And it's embarrassing and it's unproductive and it's almost like it's a religion. I think trans Twitter is more interested in excising non-believers than getting political progress. And I think it's so bad right now. I genuinely worry we're going to lose all access to healthcare.
Yeah, purity spirals are a thing. Definitely a thing on my side.
Yes, we libertarians.
I feel like I've
too.
made it so angry energy. I'm sorry, you asked me the worst question.
I'll tell you, in my imagination, Brianna, I thought what was going to happen is, because you've been so based lately, I thought you were just going to be like, yeah, that was an old conflict. I regret that there was like bad blood. I like, in my imagination, I thought that's what was going to happen.
Do you think I'm being insincere with what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
Yes.
I just wasn't.
Very
I made a bad prediction.
Fair enough. I think it's more based to stick by your guns. You know, his nut job followers, this really pissed me off. So, you know, I have over 100,000 Twitter followers, and I just don't see everything that gets sent at me. I don't. Twitter is coded in a way, I think people that don't have really high follower Twitter accounts don't know this. So because it can't show you everything, at a certain point, it only shows you stuff that your friends are saying or stuff that goes really, really hyper viral. So there's a storyline that came out there where his people pledged to raise a bunch of money and have me put forward some receipts on this. I genuinely never saw it. Bring a lie detector to my house. I didn't see it. I don't follow Jesse Single. I don't follow.
Well, okay. Then post the receipts now.
I don't.
You know about it now.
Reported. I try very hard to avoid those people because it's not.
So post the receipts now. You clearly know about it now.
They write in their mind is, oh, Brianna is obviously lying because, like, you know, she didn't see this. It's like, how narcissistic are you? And then it's like, oh, what's your proof? Colin Moriarty, the fucking right-wing asshole, like, offered to give me $1,000 or give it to a charity, and I go, oh gosh, $1,000 on Twitter. That's your proof that I'm lying about not having seen this stuff? Give me a break. If these are the standards that Blocked and Reported feels about what the truth is, it's just vibes. It's just hating your enemies. It's very straightforward.
How do we not
then
fall
post
into
the evidence?
That's something that I wonder about because
then post the evidence.
Twitter really amplifies these things, and we get siloed there, and we all want confirmation of what we think.
Do I seem like someone who wants confirmation of what she thinks, or someone who is really like trying to make sure I get it right and will go up against my own side?
I like both.
Yeah.
I like having just enough pushback that I go,
spicy.
That's a good question. But not enough pushback where I'm like, I need to mute my Twitter and then drown myself.
I think it's good to have a process. I think Destiny is exceptional at this, of really looking into claims before making them publicly.
Destiny, the Twitch streamer.
Yes. You know, I really try to do this, and it's really paid off professionally. I think it's my background as a former journalist that makes me do that. So I think that speak your truth. Try to be judicious about how you do it. Try to be thoughtful, but I think it's that
cool.
Be willing to check and make sure you're not wrong.
There are a few things that I am confident about that I spend a long time thinking about. I know that other people may disagree with them. So, for example, when I had
do we care about any of this now?
Yeah.
Stuff is so cringe. Or there was a discussion last night with a medical doctor that was saying that, you know, GRS is.
And if you don't mind me saying, Nina, it's not the Palestinians.
Okay, don't care. Don't care. All right, what's this Jesse Single Twitter thread? Let's see this. I have my own Jesse Single stories I've never shared publicly. One day I will, and I have receipts. I don't know how many sources have to talk about his wildly unethical behavior before credible journalists decide not to be associated with someone. Brianna should share these stories immediately. I think it's really important to get to the bottom of this. My main experience with her is receiving vaguely threatening notes while she was running for Congress about how if I didn't write differently about trans issues, I'd be punished for it. Didn't like that. I don't think potential MOCs, so members of Congress, should do this. That's what aides are for.
Monk super chatted $5. Journalist, game developer, programmer, politician, Zionist, streamer. Is there anything this cis woman hasn't done? Incredible.
I'm so disappointed in the journalistic standards you've held yourself to. Honestly, interviewing scores of trans women that desire peace and ignoring anything to contrary of what you want to write, that's a career-ending offense. I do not know what this is in reference to, but it did not happen. My pieces on desistance relied on looking through the research, not anecdotal interviews. There are two options. So he doesn't even know what she's talking about here. Okay. So she needs to provide receipts if this is even happening. The first, you turn this behavior around today. Preferably offer a public apology and be a lot more ethical with your sourcing. You can't tap dance past stuff you can't tap dance past stuff you doesn't fit your story. The second is far more likely. You keep on this path, and sooner or later the journalistic shortcuts you take end up in front of an editor, and all of this becomes public. Get your shit together, dude. It's not just bad for trans people. It's going to make you a cautionary tale they teach in journalism schools. Brianna Wu, sent from my iPhone. Okay. Notes because there was also a Twitter DM. More recently, someone added me to her pack mailing list. When I asked to be taken off because of these prior notes, Wu herself jumped on to yell at me, claim I was saying she'd physically threatened me, no, etc. Okay. Jesse Reed delete all his tweets. This fucking idiot. Brianna Wu threatened me in private with negative consequences if I continue to write about gender dysphoria when she was running for Congress. Please remove. Jesse, this is an absolute lie, and one I don't appreciate. I have never threatened anyone physically, publicly or privately. Okay, so yeah, that's not even what was alleged. My recollection, I sent you an email telling you it was my opinion you were going to destroy your career if you continued down this path of transphobic writing. You did continue. You have destroyed your career, and now you enjoy a career reputation synonymous with the choices you have made. Your name is synonymous with transphobia, and quite justifiably so. I don't share these conversations from private. But I've shown you the respect of not mentioning that you interviewed me for an hour and left anything that didn't agree with the conclusion out of the Atlantic piece. The same you did with Julia Serrano. This is a massive breach of journalistic ethics. If you want to play tit for tat, it's time you get a I've got time, you talentless fraud of a hack. Okay. With no respect whatsoever, Brianna, let's just get something out in the email mailing list. Nice one. Retard. Okay. Where are we? Where'd this go? Oh, here. It's got the same fucking icons as Twitter tabs. Alright, here we go. Obviously, I didn't go public with this prior, and I didn't intend to, but Jesus fucking Christ, if you want to talk receipts, here are receipts. This stuff is maddening and insane. I think what a lot of these folks don't realize is I actually do my homework and actually keep my receipts. Herzog shared this with me. Brianna Wu did not know she was on my side. Clearly, Brianna is one of the people spreading these "he is obsessed" rumors behind the scenes. Goes without saying this is false. It's so disgraceful to see what people do in the shadows. Okay, we showed that just now. Herzog asked readers for evidence of this obsession, of this evil tendency to seek out hours of interviews to talk to trans women. Wu then says 3 people have come forward. 2 of them, Cross and Serrano, have had the most fleeting email interactions with. Insane. Okay. Okay, do we have do I have his response from recently though? He shared some DMs about this claim he tried to get her fired, right? Jesse posting on Reddit. Not a good look. Not a good look. Get off of Reddit, bro. That is weird, bro. Alright. Guys, I'm not listening to this, but the full context of the Chen claim, which I first heard about maybe 2 weeks ago, is as follows. First receipt attached this note, second to my own reply. It was 2020, I got an email from Rebellion Pack with Brianna Wu's name on it. I thought this was just Wu's own personal pack. Just run for Congress in my home state. I didn't know Chen Uyghur had any association with it. Maybe I was just having a bad day or something, but I was annoyed at being on this list, given Brianna had sent me creepy notes threatening my career if I didn't change my ways regarding to writing about gender dysphoria. I quickly fired off an angry reply asking to be taken off, seeing my reply to his post. I figured I was sending it to one of Wu's staffers, as you can see from my use of the third person. So I now see the email address was to Wu herself. Wu replied to my reply, angrily disputing that she'd threatened my career. Well, she didn't actually do that. She disputed that she physically threatened him, which he never even alleged she did. We went back and forth for a few rounds. Okay, maybe it went on past that way. Witness email fight, that was that. At no point did I have any idea that Chen Uyghur had anything to do with this, or that he had any power with Brianna Wu. Turns out they worked together on the pack or co-founded it or some shit. I did not know this and do not care. Years later, Brianna has recast me as this. Oh, it's just that exchange. Recast this as me contacting Chen Uyghur to get her fired. So in this view, I sent an angry email to Brianna Wu herself, think it was one of Wu's staffers, that didn't mention Chen or mention any desire to get her fired. But what I was really trying to do was get Chen Uyghur to fire her. This seems circuitous. I would agree. I just tweeted at Chen and gave full permission for him to share any email he has in his possession where I tried to get Brianna Wu fired. Hope you're having a nice Saturday. Late edition, forgot to mention that Wu also claims I interviewed her for an hour for my detransition article and didn't use any of it. I do not remember interviewing her, though it's possible if I did. If I interviewed her and didn't use any of that, it happens a lot in magazine journalism. I interviewed a number of people for that article whose quotes didn't make the cut. I can't answer this one dispositively because I only have a partial archive of my New York Mag emails.